Excessive heat warning continues this weekend as our most dangerous round of heat arrives tomorrow. I'll tell you what to expect for the rest of your weekend and when we could finally see some relief.
Plus, a local community group steps up in a huge way to help the Valley's homeless population, which is exceptionally vulnerable right now because of the heat. And the homes of a dozen deserving veterans are a lot more comfortable tonight. We'll show you what Walker Furniture did for 12 veterans with special needs.
News 3 starts now.
It's really crazy. You can't even go outside really without feeling like you're going to pass out.
Very, very hot. I could not expect it to be so hot, to be honest.
More than 85 million people are under heat alerts tonight as a dangerous heat wave continues across the U.S. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for News 3 Live at 6. I'm Steve Wolford. Americans from coast to coast are bracing for possible record-setting temperatures this weekend, including here in the Southwest. We have team coverage tonight. Kalia Patterson is standing by with more on what's being done to help those at risk during the heat wave. First, let's bring in meteorologist Ophelia Young with the latest on the temperatures and whether or not we have any relief on the way in the not too distant foreseeable future. Ophelia.
Yeah, the good news is a little bit of relief, but the bad news is really not as much as we want. The lowest temp on our 7-day is 110, but today the desert heat really showing off, and tomorrow the most dangerous round of heat as this high pressure continues to move over our region. A little bit of haze sitting on the valley floor there as a result of some heat-induced ground level ozone. We've hit 113 today, a degree shy of record, but I don't think anybody is complaining. 115 currently out in North Las Vegas, 113 in Nellis, and a little cooler down in Boulder City. They're sitting at exactly 110. The airport coming in at 112 right now. The winds at least have been light today. We're going to stay in the hundreds all the way until about midnight, and then we'll drop into the 90s, only getting as cool as upper 90s. No relief overnight, which is one of the reasons an excessive heat warning is in effect all the way through Tuesday. Death Valley's highs tomorrow up to 130, and here in Las Vegas we don't even get any relief, even up in our local mountains where they may also break a record tomorrow. Nothing going on the west. That's a good indication of high pressure, really strong high pressure underneath all of that. Lots of weather alerts related to the heat, including here in Las Vegas. That excessive heat warning for us means wear that loose light clothing, carry around water, drink it, use that sunscreen, stay in the shade, and keep particular attention on your pets, your kids, and your elderly loved ones. If you need to be outdoors or have plans to be out by the pool, UV index is a 12, which is extreme, meaning burn time is less than 10 minutes. Even warmer tomorrow, high 116, might tie another record. Excessive heat warning continues with your even hotter Sunday. We do have some signs of monsoonal moisture climbing into the area next week. I'll explain in my 7-day forecast coming up. For now, Steve.
All right. Thank you, Ophelia. This kind of heat can pose a serious health threat to the Valley's homeless population. That's why a local group collected thousands of water bottles to donate to the homeless. News 3's Kalia Patterson has more on that story.
Help of Southern Nevada partner with our local radio stations to provide a basic necessity to the homeless community to try to stay safe in this dangerous heat, water. And the CDC recommends that in this dangerous heat that you have a glass of water every 20 minutes. So these organizations are determined to help the homeless do that. Cars rolling in one at a time, with community members donating cases of water for the homeless. Help of Southern Nevada provides survival resources to the homeless year-round, but during the summer, it's essential.
It's a perfect time for people to realize how hot they are and imagine what people on the streets are feeling. And so it's a perfect time for us to collect water because we'll get it right back out on the streets to our clients.
And with the help of Lotus Broadcasting, they launched its first ever water extravaganza.
It's life and death. I mean, there's no joking about that. That is literally, this water will save a life. They're literally baking on the streets.
On a weekend where temperatures are expected to reach record highs.
And people that are on the streets or that are less fortunate than ourselves don't have that, and they can't just go and get some water. and it's hot, and they're out on the streets 24/7.
One couple bringing in more than 1,300 bottles of water they say was collected between them and coworkers.
And we went and bought more water, so it was, we're blessed to be able to do that and give back, so that's what we did.
I hope it helps save lives.
A generous donation made so this outreach team can load up and provide the life-saving resource.
Yeah, we got you guys, we got you.
To those who need it most.
Oh yeah, we're gonna give you several waters.
Honestly, it's an epidemic here. It breaks my heart. And if we can help just by donating some water, it's definitely worthwhile.
If you would like to donate water to the homeless, the Help Center is open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4, and the Help of Southern Nevada also provides transportation assistance to cooling stations if needed. In East Las Vegas, Kalia Patterson, News 3.
Being out in the sun can raise your risk of skin cancer. You can use the ABCD rule to look for common signs of melanoma. Asymmetry, one part of a mole or birthmark doesn't match the other. Border, the edges are irregular, ragged, or blurred. Color, that's not the same all over. And diameter, is the spot larger than the size of a pencil eraser? Is the mole changing in shape, size, or color? We spoke about that with Stacy Escalante, a former News 3 reporter. She was diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma in the early 2000s.
I had the size of a pencil eraser on my lower back. It was a bump and it was itchy and it was hurting me. So I went and got it checked. They took a biopsy and 10 days later, they told me that I had stage 3 melanoma. It was just the tip of the iceberg.
Stacy has some great advice for everybody. Visit a dermatologist once a year to get your skin checked. If you don't have a cool place to go during the heat wave or your AC goes out, help is available. Now through Monday, a number of cooling stations will open up around the valley. They're highlighted in red on this map. They include the Hollywood Recreation Center, Alexander Library, and the Whitney Rec Center. You can find a complete list of locations and operating hours by going to news3lv.com and type cooling stations in the search bar. NV Energy is sharing some ways to conserve energy during the hot weather and save you some money at the same time. Close your blinds and drapes to keep the heat out. Turn off appliances when you're not using them. Set your thermostat between 78 and 80 degrees when you're home and 5 to 10 degrees warmer at night or when you're not in the house. And use a pool timer to reduce the time that your pool pump is running. Learning to be an AC technician is one of the many trades becoming popular with young adults. As News 3's Andrew Nomura tells us, the trades are a more popular option for a career and avoid the growing cost of college.
As the price of college continues to skyrocket and millions are in debt, there is a new push for alternatives. One is trade schools. Here at Helix Electric, the trade school is not only bending pipes, but also molding the next generation.
Trades in general are our dying breed, I like to say. For every 5 people that are retiring out of the trades, only 2 are coming back in. So we have a giant gap.
Closing the gap is the reason Mike Turner says the school and state lawmakers got together to create a pilot electrician apprenticeship program with students at Clark High School. He says Nevada is in dire need of skilled trade workers.
Drive up and down Las Vegas Boulevard, see all the projects that are going up. Every one of those takes X amount of people. That can't be done by AI.
2 recent Clark High grads, Juan Lopez and Axel Ortiz, have taken advantage of the opportunity.
And then this is all the wire I've cut.
Lopez says he's grateful to be working on building circuits instead of enrolling into the college one.
Yeah, I'd 100% recommend this to some of my classmates. Whether or not you aren't interested, I'd say just kind of give it a shot, see if you, maybe if it's a hobby of yours, just to kind of try it out and see if you'd like to wire something up or if you'd like to build something.
According to the National Student Clearinghouse, recently trade and culinary programs have seen more than a 10% bump in enrollment compared to a small drop with 2 to 4 year institutions. For Turner, that's a sign of a switch turning back on.
So instead of graduating college with $100,000 worth of debt, you're going to work for 4 years, make a living, go to school at night, and you're going to be debt free at the end of this.
Helix Electric will have another application enrollment period in October. We'll have all of those details on our website, news3lv.com. In the studio, I'm Andrew Nomura, News 3.
The homes of a dozen deserving veterans are a lot more comfortable tonight. Coming up next on News 3 Live at 6, we'll show you what Walker Furniture did today for 12 vets with special needs. And a reminder, our St. Jude Dream Home giveaway is underway. It's your chance to win a brand new home and help children battling cancer and other catastrophic diseases. This is a sneak peek at the home in the northwest part of the valley, valued at $480,000. So far, we've raised more than $350,000. Our goal, with the help of your generosity, is $1.5 million. The number to call is on your screen right now. You can also scan the QR code to purchase tickets online. We'll be right back. Walker Furniture hosted its 9th annual Help for Heroes event today. 12 local veterans received specialized furniture to meet their needs. Recipients were determined by letters sent to Walker Furniture, then reviewed by a panel with the American Legion Paradise Post 149. An honorary luncheon was held today for the veterans and their families, and after the event, the furniture was delivered.
Go to these people's homes after they've been nominated, and they're so open, so honest, and just really are so humble themselves, even though you can tell they need help. So it's just so humbling to know that there are people like that out in the world still.
The Las Vegas Rescue Mission was also on site donating food and other items for the vets. If you know a veteran you'd like to nominate, we have a link. Just go to news3lv.com. Still ahead, we'll tell you about some important new rules in effect tonight around Mount Charleston, all because of the heat and dry conditions, and they could prevent a disaster. Please stay with us. Fire crews are battling several brush fires in Southern California right now. Residents in parts of Riverside County have been ordered to evacuate because of those flames. Nearby, the so-called Rabbit Fire charred 600 acres along a highway. Fire officials say it was not immediately threatening any structures. New fire restrictions are now in place for campfires and charcoal fires at Mount Charleston. We're coming off a wet winter followed by cool temperatures last month. So these restrictions haven't been necessary until now. It's all been changing with extreme heat in the forecast through the next several days. The higher temperatures, along with low humidity and wind, have quickly dried out the grass and shrubs that fuel fires.
And basically it means that there's no wood or charcoal fires here at Mount Charleston or any of the other federal agencies as well. But people can still go to the campgrounds and picnic areas to have campfires and their charcoal fires. If they're not going to those areas, they can still use propane or their gas stoves.
Ray Johnson says common sense also goes a long way in preventing fires, and following the rules will also help you avoid a potential $250 citation. So it'll help out your pocketbook and keep us all safe. We're your weather authority. Ophelia Young back in here with a not so glamorous task of trying to get through all these.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people don't talk about the mountains so much because they're cooler when we are so hot. They're under a heat advisory now too, and their forecast high tomorrow for the town of Mount Charleston, 89 degrees. The warmest temperature ever recorded at their fire station was 89.
And I'm looking behind you there at Death Valley right now in red.
Yep, yeah. So let's take a look at what Steve is referencing. We're on a record watch tomorrow. So our 116 tomorrow, that's our forecast high. That may tie the record set back in 1998, but Death Valley forecasted to reach 129. That is likely to set a new record, the warmest ever recorded for this day, 127. And there's Mount Charleston, 89 degrees, and that is expected to tie the record high for this day. Now the all-time record high, 117, with our forecast high at 116 tomorrow. There is a small chance we could hit that 117. We've hit that 5 times in the last few years. The last time back in July July of 2021. Today, though, was a toasty one. Not as toasty as tomorrow. We got a few clouds coming through this evening, which will be nice. Some relief from that very, very harsh sun from today, but earlier this afternoon, 110 in Blue Diamond, 118 in Sunrise. And let's go back to this graph here. I want to show you what's even hotter than this. Look at this. Bullhead City at 125 this afternoon. That is furnace level weather. High at the airport today was 113, a degree shy of the record, but that is a-okay with me. 112 right now with those winds to about 5 miles per hour. Currently sitting in the 80s, Mount Charleston. 112 out at Lake Las Vegas, 110 in Southern Highlands. We're sitting about 3 degrees warmer than this time yesterday, and tonight we're only dropping in the upper 90s. No relief from the heat in the overnight hours, so an excessive heat warning continues through this weekend and all the way through Tuesday, saying, hey, this high pressure bringing some dangerous heat to the region. The warmest round is going to be tomorrow. The entire West under one type of weather related warning or another heat related warning. The heat risk in southern Nevada this weekend, extreme. That is the very highest level, meaning no overnight relief. Our high, or rather our low tonight, 91 degrees, clear skies with light winds. Death Valley only cooling off to 100 degrees. Caliente and Alamo a little cooler in the 60s down here at the tip of southern Nevada. Laughlin dropping to 91. Highs tomorrow, a few degrees warmer than today now. 129 in Death Valley, 120 in Overton, near 120 degrees down in Lake Mead and Laughlin, 116 here in Las Vegas. Again, we may tie that record from today to give you an idea of just how hot it is. And of course, the eastern neighborhoods of the valley going to get the brunt of that heat as Overton sits at 120 for their forecast high tomorrow, and Moapa at 119. The high responsible for the heat still moving into the area, which is why tomorrow is going to be warmer. But Monday, it's going to shift over to the Four Corners, and a four-corner high means that clockwise rotation has the ability to funnel in some moisture, that monsoonal moisture that we've all been waiting and anticipating. Well, that's on the 7-day now, 10% just up in the mountains on Monday and Tuesday. Not sure yet exactly where that high is going to go from there, but we do know we'll drop it down to 110 for the rest of the week as that high loses grip of the region, but really hoping that the high sticks around at the Four Corners so we get more storms next week. That'll allow us to cool off even more, Steve.
Yeah, well, that's,
yeah.
It still can't, it's like we were saying earlier this week, it all came on so fast.
It all came on so fast, off one of the coolest Junes ever. Yeah. Amazing.
Oh well.
Oh well, yeah.
Thanks, Ophelia.
You're welcome.
A former NBA player and Las Vegas native is making a difference on and off the court. Coming up next in sports, we'll take you to the annual Hoops for Hope basketball camp. Stay with us.
And now it's time for the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas Sports Desk.
Yeah, that was kind of like a lava lamp with basketballs in it there over at the Sphere right now. In sports tonight, the Quiet Storm Foundation teamed up with former NBA player and Las Vegas native C.J. Watson for Hoops for Hope basketball camp today. They hosted over 120 disadvantaged kids at the Doolittle Community Center. Coaches and players from different levels worked with the campers to improve their basketball fundamentals and athletic skills. They also emphasized the importance of an education, physical fitness, and good eating habits. This event is going on its 20th year.
I feel like just the community coming out, supporting the foundation, supporting the basketball camp. Like I said, 20 years is a big feat, and it doesn't come too easy. And like I said, just to see the smiles on the kids' faces, it just means the world to me.
The Quiet Storm Foundation says its mission is to have a positive impact on underrepresented youth by providing education, recreation, and leadership opportunities. The NBA Summer League enters its final weekend at the Thomas & Mack and Cox Pavilion. Las Vegas native and Liberty grad Julian Strother of the Denver Nuggets will be on the floor against the New York Knicks. Tip-off on that game is at 6:30. A live look now at Mandalay Bay, where the 2023 WNBA All-Star Game is underway at Michelob Ultra Arena. Asia Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces and Brianna Stewart with the New York Liberty have been selected as captains for the All-Star fame for the second, or All-Star game rather, for the second consecutive year. And in case you missed it, Chelsea Gray and Kelsey Plum took home the hardware, defeating Team New Liberty in the 2023 WNBA Skills Challenge. Team Aces edged out Team Liberty by 13 seconds in the final course inside the arena. Still ahead, we'll bring you up to date on the new Mega Millions jackpot after nobody got all 6 numbers again last night. And here's a hint, it's over $500 million. Stay with us. Finally at 6, the Mega Millions jackpot is now up to $640 million. There were no winners in last night's drawing. If only one person gets all 6 numbers right in the next drawing coming up on Tuesday, they could pocket a lump sum payout for $328 million. This, by the way, is the 7th largest jackpot in Mega Millions history. That's our news for now. For the latest news anytime, follow us on Facebook and Twitter or go to news3lv.com. We hope to see you back here later for the CW News at 10 and News 3 Live at 11. Until then, thank you for watching. And from all of us at News 3, have a great night.